Hey everyone, let's talk about how we can use strings in our Python scripts. Let's get started. Over in our Python script, I'm in a file called strings.py. We've already been using string variables quite a bit, but there's a little bit more that we need to talk about. Let's create a new variable called string a, and then if you remember, we use a delimiter to specify a string. A delimiter is either a double quote or a single quote. We'll use double quotes here. And now let's set this equal to a name. So we'll just use mine, Derek. It's very easy to create strings in Python. However, there's a lot happening behind the scenes. This string in Python is actually an array. So if we were to drop down and say print, and then we'll use a new function called len, which just calculates the length of the array, we'll say length parentheses and then string a. Now when we execute this, we'll see what I'm talking about. We get the return of 7. That's because each letter in my name is actually a single element, and they all combine together to make this string, which has an array length of 7. So the same way that we were able to index list values, we can actually do that here too. If we drop down and say print string a, and then the same way that we indexed before using square brackets, we can do the same here. So let's pull out the first letter of my name. So we'll use a 0. Now when we execute, we should just be returned a D, which we are. We also have a few different functions that we can apply to strings. I'll just show a few of these. We can say print string a, and then we can use the function upper to make my name entirely uppercase. We see this in the terminal because every letter in the array of this string is now capitalized. We also have access to the reverse function of lower. We're also able to split strings in Python. So let's say string B is equal to my name, so Derek, Matt, and then let's say Jessica. And now if we wanted to return each name individually, we could drop down and say print string B, and then use split as a function, and then we'll pass in the character that we want to split on. So let's split on the comma value. We'll put parentheses and then a comma, save, and then execute our file. Now we see that we have 3 values of strings in a list. We have Derek, Matt, and Jessica. So that's pretty much it. We know how to create a string. We know that a string is actually made up of an array of elements instead of just one element. We know that we can calculate the length and how to index a string. We now know that we have functions that we can apply to the strings, and we're able to split strings as well. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I'll see you in the next video.